The cookies may have lost. Could this be the end of our dream to be the greatest team? Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay. There is another day for Weebs and his massive dong, Microsoft's connection, the shittiest three, a muted ArcD, and Robert trying not to feed. Oh, the grannies will be back. The story is not passé. They'll fight another day. The grannies will be back. 2024, expect so much more. The cookies may have lost. Could this be the end of our dream to be the greatest team? Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay. There is another day for Weebs and his massive dong, Microsoft's connection, the shittiest three, a muted ArcD, and Robert trying not to feed. Oh, the grannies will be back. The story is not passé. They'll fight another day. The grannies will be back. 2024, expect so much more. The cookies may have lost. Could this be the end of our dream to be the greatest team? Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay. There is another day for Weebs and his massive dong, Microsoft's connection, the shittiest three, a muted ArcD, and Robert trying not to feed. Oh, the grannies will be back. The story is not passé. They'll fight another day. The grannies will be back. 2024, expect so much more. The cookies may have lost. Could this be the end of our dream to be the greatest team? Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay. There is another day For weebs and his massive dong, Microsoft's connection, the shittiest three, a muted ArcD, and Robert trying not to feed. Oh, the grannies will be back. The story is not passé, they'll fight another day. The grannies will be back. 2024, expect so much more. The cookies may have lost. Could this be the end of our dream to be the greatest team? Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay. There is another day. For weebs and his massive dong, Microsoft's connection, the shittiest three, a muted ArcD, and Robert trying not to feed. Oh, the grannies will be back. The story is not passé, they'll fight another day. The grannies will be back. 2024, expect so much more. The cookies may have lost. Could this be the end of our dream to be the greatest team? Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay. There is another day. For weebs and his massive dong, Microsoft's connection, the shittiest three, a muted ArcD, and Robert trying not to feed. Oh, the grannies will be back. The story is not passé, they'll fight another day. The grannies will be back. 2024, expect so much more. The cookies may have lost. Could this be the end of our dream to be the greatest team? Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay. There is another day. For weebs and his massive dong, Microsoft's connection, the shittiest three, a muted ArcD, and Robert trying not to feed. Oh, the grannies will be back. The story is not passé.
Hello everybody, and welcome to this series of Goon International between the one and only Stesi Shitters, SUS, and Granny's Cookies. I am joined on the sofa by Coop and MPR in the lead up to this titanic match
Ooh, I need to
between
sub
the
someone to
top
get
and the bottom of the group.
3 months of Discord.
We have the we have on our desk today. You'll notice a slightly different setup. We have a one of the shirts from Granny's Cookies. This is an actual real life shirt owned by the members of Granny's Cookies plus Robertus and Big Weebs, I'm told. And it looks fantastic. Put it, yes, Pineapple. If you're feeling it, put it on, man. Put it on by all means. MPR, we are live as well, by the way. Just for your information.
Sure, I don't care.
So yeah, we've got MPR joining us for the draft and longer if he wants to. As a two-time GTI champion, I feel like he's got a very valuable insight to provide, especially where the Goon is concerned.
I feel like he's able to give draft information that doesn't rely on the up arrows from Dota Plus.
Just to address the outrageous claim in chat from the librarian, we did not kick MPR. MPR chose to leave and actually kicked all of us from the original LLL. So he is still actually the proud original member of
he is
LLL.
the only member of LLL now.
That team is gone.
Wait, what? You deleted it?
And it will never come back.
Oh God. Okay.
Wow.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first.
Oh, tragic news.
So how are you guys doing today? You feeling good? Excited for the games?
Wonderful. Very excited.
I hear you've been doing some canvassing, keep some research pre-draft. Is that true?
I've put some effort in. Yes.
God, won't get this from period.
I've had a quiet day at work and it's been utilised well.
So yeah, the story so far from the tournament, we've got Granny's Cookies sitting 0-6, bottom of the group. They are struggling, I think it's fair to say. They have played 3 games, 3 series. They've lost every game, but they've played with some serious gusto, and you can't take that away from them. I think that's probably the most important thing about the tournament is sort of playing and having fun and not taking it too seriously. On the other side of that spectrum, we have the second best team in the entire tournament, according to Strats. We have Stesi's Ultra Shitters, currently 4-0, having only played 2 series. Second only to Team because they've played 3. So naturally they're placed above them. But after today,
greedily ahead.
Yeah, after today we could be looking at a tied best team in the tournament for Stesi's Ultra Shitters. So it really is an underdog story. The title says GCDD versus Team because I'm an idiot. And I knew I would forget something, and that's what I forgot. So if you just bear with me for 2 seconds, I will rectify.
You can't have it all, folks. You can't have the graphics and the music and the correct title.
Just for anyone that wasn't aware, this is week 3, final week of the tournament, and
it's not the final week of the
final
tournament.
week of the group stage of the tournament. I missed out.
It's doing that.
Is it not?
No,
I thought this was okay. Well, ignore me. Bloody hell. Anyway, it is week 3. That bit was right. And yeah, so Stesi's is part of the group of death, right? These 2 teams are part of the group of death. Am I right saying that? Or
yes.
Yeah. So they're part of the group with the extra team. It's an extra hard fight to get out, and they have yet to play Mancaf on Stesi Shitters, and who would be Granny's
This is Granny's last.
This is Granny's last game, of course, because they're 0-6. So yeah, bit of a statement to be made coming into this from Granny's Cookies. They're looking to sort of prove that they, can win a game, they can have an impact, and no better team to do it against than the known trollers and current second best team in the tournament in StesichorusTheWise, I think.
Yes. I was reading my notes. I'm sorry.
The point of notes is that it's seamless, Coop. We can't let them know. It's like reading a teleprompter.
Having notes.
I don't think TV is quite for me.
Well, I was always told. I was actually told by Calamity Sam that I have a face for the black and yellow.
For radio?
No, not for radio. The black and yellow YouTube, where it notoriously cuts out people's faces for privacy reasons. So who knows?
I'm sure there's a compliment in there somewhere.
Maybe. But yes. So, sort of going back to what we were talking about earlier with the stats. Just while we wait for the lobby to fill up. Anything else that you picked up in your sort of tour behind the scenes today, Coop? Any fun facts? Any general details, tidbits, anything to look out for?
Well, facts-wise, I did some poking around with both teams, and it's a sad tale with Granny's Cookies. I think they were obviously completely abandoned by their two big teammates. Weaves and Reverse just binned them off to go seek fame in Team Solid, currently 5-1, so possibly made the correct choice completely there, I'd say, maybe. And they briefly had a Tomo with them who also abandoned ship for Mancaf, also going 3-1. Again, not sure what that says for Grannies, but despite all of the abandonment issues I'm sure they're all having, they've dug in deep. They've got the spirit that we want from the tournament.
Yeah, I mean,
I think this could be their big shining show to take down the almost lead of their group.
I hope so. I mean, don't get me wrong, very good friends with all of the lads on StesichorusTheWise, and I wish them all the best in the tournament. But it would also be quite funny to see Alex's steadily inflating ego have a little bit of a pin put in it.
Yeah, it's not doing good things on the back end, let's say.
They, fair play to them. They have played fantastically so far. I think they've come out as sort of stars almost of the tournament. Sort of definitely a surprise player in Alex's performance. My surprise player of the tournament so far, Mith, actually. Herald 3, if anyone didn't know, and has been putting up some phenomenal stats with some incredible kind of game-changing performances, especially in that first series. Took us all by surprise on his Jakiro. Becoming something to worry about for other teams, I dare say.
Oh yeah, and I mean, we have to give it to him. He's had 85 matches. He's such a baby Dota player. He's not even allowed to really play ranked yet. So we're just guessing.
Yeah, it's a complete Dota buff assumption.
Oh yeah,
and who can really be surprised at the quality of StesichorusTheWise's performance when they've been promised a Parmo by team captain StesichorusTheWise of Borough himself? He's promised his entire team at least one Parmo if they win.
The Norwegian Lanny is guaranteed to get one.
If not a slightly mouldy one, I believe. Was
still mouldy Parmo.
But yeah, Stesi, I don't know if how many people in chat, probably everyone, to be honest, familiar with Stesi and his just fanatical love of deep fried chicken covered in bechamel and cheese. But yeah, it's definitely a driving factor. He's actually eaten one today in preparation for the game. So maybe
he has guaranteed a pre-game Parmo.
Yeah, I think he finished it earlier, didn't he? He sent us a picture of his Parmo pre-finishing. So I think we're going to see a strong Parmo-fueled performance from Stesi's Ultra Shitters here. Any predictions before we get into the draft, before we get into anything like that?
Well, I did a little digging with both teams. I was like, draft is the the important part really in a game like this. It's the part I pay no attention to in our games. And Stesi's was like, we do some homework. We've got Ninja on the homework. We're like really feeling it. We ensure that Stesi gets whatever he wants, of course. And in complete contrast to that, Team Granny said they just wing it. They come in blind and they just go for whatever they fancy at the time.
I mean, that sounds like probably, if Azok Prime didn't have his way, the Granny's Cookies approach seems much closer to what we'd be doing. But we're very fortunate to have a very good coach. So
even if we ignore them completely, and it shows sometimes.
Yeah. Oh well, you do what you have to.
You live and learn, maybe.
We're just sort of having a little bit of pre-game banter between Alex and Stesi. Granny's Cookies remaining ominously silent, saying they're ready, they're locked in, good to go, and Alex and Stesi throwing a bit of guff around at each other more than anything else. So Yeah,
Stesi rules that safe lane with a firm fist, I'm sure.
And we are flipping the coin. Immediately, Stesi Shitters win the toss. Looks like they are going to take a little bit of time to decide what they pick. What would you pick here? If you win the toss, what's your go-to? MPR?
First pick.
Definitely Dire.
Okay, Stesi's go with Coop. They pick first pick. And you would presume then that Granny's Cookies pick the Radiant. Yeah, they do. Just because it seems to be really quite Radiant favoured. Dota in general at the minute. And we are in. Here we go. Into the draft. What do we think? Anything we're expecting to see? Anything we're expecting to get banned? I think Stesi Warlock's a pretty surefire ban. Has been kind of off the rip for almost every team they've played against.
Yep, no Super Wizard today.
No Mud Wizard.
No Muddin.
I like that banner from Granny's Cookies actually. Immediately with the Shadow Demon ban, that's directed at their supporters, right? And Slardar banned straight back. Lani Slardar causing an impact. Seriously upset Team Sit Out in the first series that Stesi Shitters played and kind of made waves. I think Slardar's been banned pretty consistently ever since, right?
He's a big fish and people don't want to play it.
Yeah, big fish. And he kind of ruins drafts as well, especially this kind of small support meta that you've got at the minute. I don't know whose mouse I can see right now.
Don't forget to check out the settings.
My audio settings, good point. What is it? Team. Mute co-broadcasters.
It's team and mute co.
Open mic team, is it?
Yeah.
And mute co-broadcasters, there we go. So, whilst we were doing that little technical thing, we've had a Bristleback banned out from Granny's Cookies. Looks like they're really quite worried about the offlane. Alex is not a Bristle player at all, so that's going to be targeted at Lanyro. And we've had a Clockwork ban following up. That's just because he's a big ball bag.
Grannies look to be banning out things they just don't want to play with.
Yeah, and also happen to be heroes that Lanyro can play quite well. The Viper also dumpstered a game. And there's Alex's Luna. First phase banned. A good thing too, because Stesi was kind of jovially talking about first phase picking it the other day. And then, hey,
use the first pick.
Oh my god.
And the juicer.
Oh
I knew it. As soon as the
Alex's
fucking
puddle was
ban
getting thin there, and you've got to guarantee one of them.
Oh, there's a Warlock through as well, Emu points out.
Ooh.
You pick line here of your Granny's Cookies.
Yeah, I think I agree with that one. Do they? Yeah, they do.
Straight in with a lion.
Good pick.
Mana no more.
Do we think?
You have to put +4 though.
You think? Okay.
Yeah.
What would you pick as a 5 here?
I don't know what to play.
They banned out.
I guess they could take the Abaddon away.
So they took Tiny and OD, basically quick succession. I think they're looking at the mid here. Just trying to take away these ball bag kind of burst control heroes that are really going to make Medusa's life difficult. If she just can't get any spells off in a fight. But yeah,
I mean,
Stesi's...
these two bands like telling me that they want a melee mid.
I think so too. And Ninja is a spirit player, so you know, nominally Void and Ember does play Storm as well, but prefers the Void Spirit. So I would not be surprised if we're kind of setting up for something like that. There's an Underlord band, and unless Granny's Cookies pick Warlock here, we might see a Stesi Warlock actually make it through a draft this time around. There's a Centaur, so yeah, we might see a Stesi
They're letting
Warlock.
it happen.
Does Stesi's jump on this opportunity, or do they
Stesi
do they go for
get
something else?
treat himself,
There it is.
of course.
Yeah. And there's Mith Jakiro as well. So 3 of their most played heroes, I think it's very fair to say. The only reason Mith doesn't have a Dota Plus token higher than probably silver or gold on his Jakiro is because he literally does not have enough games
Yep.
to get higher. Stesi, Master Tier Warlock, Alex, Master Tier Medusa. If you're Granny's
almost
Cookies
seems
here, MPR, what are you thinking?
Abaddon is good because you can dispel every spell from Jakiro. You can dispel stuff from Warlock, but it will most likely be a Jakiro lane. So you could pick like Abaddon +1.
DP.
Eep. Okay, they
Or
want
they
to
just
lose.
pick what they want.
I mean, there's no Doom in the game.
That's true.
Yet.
I doubt there will be, right? Although they still
This-
haven't picked Lanny's hero, and there's still a Doom in the pool. So actually, I mean,
But is this a mid profit?
I think it's a mid DP, right? You have to be. Carry DP.
You're
it
not
seems
putting
okay.
Centaur anywhere else, are
Yeah,
you?
no, Centaur stays +3. Lion +4. I think we're looking at it. I mean, obviously, carry Medusa, hard support Warlock, soft support Jakiro. I don't think there's any other way you spin that one. And a Lich.
Beautiful
Okay.
icy boy. I like it.
I think Lich
I
is
think
a
it's
good
a
pick too.
solid draft.
I think, yeah, I mean, honestly, aside from the Lion, very much echoes of the kind of heroes that we've played so far as LLL Cubed.
This could truly be one of ours.
Yeah. I wonder now
Actually,
if
A
they
daunting
if they
prediction
take
for us.
Doom on Lanny, or if they let him take Dawnbreaker, because that is still in the pool. Sand King. Okay. A little bit of a curveball out of left field there. But what do you think of that, MPR? Is it a mid or is it a +3?
nah, it's a +3. I kind of don't like it because they can run away very easily. Because the center kind of counters like the Medusa Stone Gaze, the Epicenter, even the soup from Warlock. So I'm not really sure about this. I don't think they have enough control to like keep people in the circles.
Mhm.
Yeah, they lose an awful lot of mobility, don't they? With the Sand King as well. Like, once you've used your Blink Burrow Strike, you're kind of out of luck in terms of catch. Like, what do you have? You have Ice Path. That's it. Maybe the Jakiro gets an Atos later into the game.
I would assume they're going to bank on a catchy spirit.
Well, so talking of catchy spirits, that is a Void Spirit banned out.
And it's one of the catchy spirits and one of the others. Will
So
we
they've
see a
done their
storm?
homework. We might see a storm.
Unfortunately, there are 4 spirits though to pick from.
Does he play Earth Spirit? I've never seen Ninjasnowman play Earth Spirit.
I've got to assume he does.
I think we could see a really weird Ninjasnowman pick here. Unlikely, but possible that we get something really bizarre. Just like a... Who knows? Like a... Bloody... Pudge. Ninjasnowman Pudge. Is not unheard of. Will be very
Ricky
funny.
Maru?
Could be a Ricky, actually. The troll banner. Ricky... I mean, he will detonate these two supports, and he will do a lot of damage to the Death Prophet. I think Ricky's kind of slept on this tournament. As if you've been watching any of our games as a team, you'll maybe pick up on that because we played him in 2 of
We
our
have
3
a
series.
shocking success with him.
Shocking in that we have had success.
Despite your best efforts.
Yeah, I know, kind of inadvertently. We've dragged the win rate through a bush backwards and still come out looking like we're ready for dinner with the parents. Shaker mid. There we go. What did I say? I called a weird pick. Definitely didn't call Shaker. But a very strong mid laner nonetheless. They can kind of switch up the Sand and the Earthshaker actually depending on who gets picked here. But
which of these two is a better mid for the DP, MPR?
Probably, I mean, against the DP or for the DP?
Against the DP.
Against, I'll say probably SK because he can clear up with the wave faster. But I don't think it's gonna be the SK. I think it's gonna be a Shaker mid because Shaker is better mid than offlane because he needs like the levels. Can't really put him offlane anymore. I feel like it's a slot coming here. Gyro.
Okay, that's a really nice bit of team fight coming through. Gyro was actually one of the heroes that there's an SK mid Earthshaker 3, so
wow.
Yeah, they go for the matchup rather than the late game. So we've got Microsoft PowerPoint on a slightly buggy Lion, going for the Essence to Facet. We have Spineapple with Centaur Warrunner taking the horsepower as you do. ThymeTwister to the mid on Death Prophet with Morning Ritual. Cleese Lich growing cold, and Davidonstreet as the carry with his secondary strikes. That's the other rocket facet where you get another cooldown. Personally, I'm taking the move speed with rockets facet when I play Gyro, but I have seen a lot of the secondary strikes, so who knows. But yeah, as Librarian says in chat, Gyro is very, very strong. 0-5 in the tournament according to Super Duper Noodle, so maybe they can turn this around. Who knows? On the Dire side, Alex playing Medusa, taking the Venomous Volley. Again, a very standard. Stesi taking the Champion of Goroth facet on the Warlock. Mith on Jakiro. Liquid Frost, I think that's probably not what you take for the lane, right? You take Liquid Fire for the Harass, I thought. But, oh well, what do I know? And
you've immediately forgotten.
Rounding out the draft, Lanyro on the Earthshaker. And we have...
With Slugger.
With the Slugger. And Ninjasnowman mid Sand King. Not something that I had seen before. Right, I'm frozen mid. So what we're going to have to do... This is...
You need to kill Dota.
I need to kill Dota. So we're going to go... Very apologies. We're going to go back to this one. You can listen to the Granny's song, actually. Why not? There we go. And I will kill Dota temporarily. And we will be back shortly with your visual.
The cookies may have lost. Could this be the end of our dream? To be the greatest team. Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay.
I don't know where this bug has come from. It's really infuriating.
For Weebs and his massive dong.
Yeah, it seems like
Microsoft's connection. The shittiest
muted
RD and Robert.
Like the Librarian says in
trying not to feed. The grannies will be back.
But yeah, for us,
the story is not passé. They'll fight another day. The grannies will be back.
No dramas.
2024. expect so.
Designated spots.
And hopefully, we're back in TM. No longer fixed the mid lane. Slight lag when we're booting up. But there we go. Wonderful. Well, it brings me great pleasure to be able to bring to you this series with a functioning camera, functioning observation, and a functioning audio stream. 3 things I've never had before, all working all together. And I suppose it took a little bit, but now we've got them. So just
Third time's the charm.
just a little kind of pick up straight away into the game. After the draft,
Mith.
who do we think? Who have we got? Any kind of?
I favour Cookie's draft here.
I think Cookies have a more sensible draft, but I think you've got a probably more coherent team on StesichorusTheWise.
On
They've played
very comfortable heroes for them.
Yeah. So we've got Mith quite low in the bottom lane, but it looks to just be general kind of harassment going on. Nothing too serious. Top again, general harassment between the supports. No camps blocked top as of yet, and they're pushing the lane down. We'll stick mid. I'll sit and watch mid if you guys want to pick a lane or do whatever, but definitely it seems to be the most action in terms of activity in the mid lane.
Oh, bit of damage out on David.
Lanny at half health in the bot lane as well. A little bit of a tango handed over by Mith. We'll really see how well this shaker kind of does into a double range lane, because I mean you're saying he struggles early game anyway, MPR. So we shall see.
Yeah. If this was like a Slark instead of the Gyro.
Alex is
I think
mannerless
really good
and taking a lot of damage.
Couple more. Ooh. The blood grenade, not quite gonna get him. He's gonna live, but at what cost? Stesi does have a mango to give to him if he has to. But this is a good start from the Cookies. They're pulling pretty even, if not slightly ahead of their counterparts. Alex only got 4 last hits so far. 20% louder from who, Librarian? From the casters or from the game? It could be the game because I have my audio very quiet. Oh, from me? Oh, that's not normal.
Mith going in for a courier snipe. Oh,
Does he get it? He does. Wonderful. Okay, game audio.
starting the courier hate early.
Killing small animals, but it's not Alex's, so that's a little break from the trend.
They've got to even the stats out, don't they? For everyone that Alex loses, they have to kill one in return.
Alex is well known for being a career killer. It might have just been that my microphone was a bit far away from my mouth. Yeah. Alex getting his mana drained top on repeat by Microsoft PowerPoint. So I think this is when you realise why the Lion pickup was good. A lot of pressure coming out bottom from the boys in red, but nothing to speak of just as yet. On a scrap for the top rune from ThymeTwister coming out on top of that. I think when it comes to the level 5 between Death Prophet and Sand King, the Death Prophet definitely comes out on top. Microsoft PowerPoint quite low top, but also Ninjasnowman going into the tower at bottom. Too much action. Where do I look? I mean, just looking at the health bars at the top of the screen, right? You can kind of see maybe who's a little bit more used to laning. You've got 4 full red bars for the Dire, and for, well, 3,
Ooh,
almost half
and
empty.
that's the first blood on Alex.
Oh my god.
That mana drain is
I was so
doing
busy.
its work.
I was so busy talking about how much better Radiant, the Dire were at laning that I just completely forgot to say it. Lion, by the way, and Spineapple both sitting very, very low. Quite happy to just kind of soak XP from the lane. Don't want to worry too much about resetting or anything like that. But yeah, Alex going down on the Medusa. ThymeTwister does seem to be winning mid as well. I'll switch to the net worth real quick. Have a little looky. Lanyro on top. Spineapple second, so the off lane's really taking over the game.
The EXO is popped now.
Yeah.
Mid.
This is going to be a
Ninja
tower.
is
I don't think Ninja
very
can do
low.
anything about it.
His salve's been popped.
And yeah, that's your mid tower. That's all she wrote.
Although he's not committing.
Yeah, weird. I think if I was DP here, I'd kind of be just hanging around and shoving, right? Maybe even going on to Ninjasnowman. He does have 6, but it's not enough. He goes down straight away, trying to get the haste stream, but he doesn't quite manage it. A little bit of action top lane. You've got a Fatal Bonds and a bit of a mud coming out from the wizard. But nothing to speak of developing. Spineapple perennially below half health, but they can't seem to get him any further than that.
Hasted Death Prophets made their way bot very rapidly.
Davidonstreet takes out
That's a
Mith
kill on,
with a little secure
Mith.
from Cleese, but he does not have any mana to follow up. Lanny doesn't see any more danger, TP's away. Good rotate from DP there, helping to kind of keep up pressure. Alex once again completely out of mana.
And that's 3-0 for Grannies already.
I know. Very laissez-faire attitude going into this game from the Shitters, and from Grannies as well. Seems like it's suiting the Grannies a bit more.
However, that mid tower survived. So Ninja can keep laning until EXO's back up again.
I don't know how much the mid tower matters for this DP, right? You're already so far ahead. Obviously, it's a nice to have, but your team's not really playing around the middle of the map. You don't really need to open it up. You're only 7 minutes into the game, right? What happens if you take the tower? You kind of lose all purpose in the lane. The Sand King's going to go elsewhere, and your kind of kill threat evaporates with it. So maybe you just leave it there and let him think that he's okay to go. Ninjasnowman is not going for a Blightstone. He's going
The
for
Stoop
boosts.
Bonds
He's
doing the damage.
phase boost,
and that'll be
and
power
there
point
goes
down.
Power point. Stesi hitting back from the Shitters. Ninjasnowman's getting beaten to all of these runes. There's going to be some brummy cursing going on about rune roulette or similar. Half HP already. That quick crypt swarm is lethal.
Do you want to do a demonstration?
Of what? Brummy cursing about rune roulette.
Yep.
Go on.
No, you.
I can't do a Birmingham accent.
I feel like you can. I feel like your heart's not in it.
I actually wouldn't know where to start. Like, I'm thinking of Tommy Shelby in the Peaky Blinders, and and it's kind of like getting to the front of my brain, and it's not formulating past that.
Wow,
That is truly how we all sound.
Fight in the top lane. Rock to try and keep Alex alive for a little bit longer, but it's not enough. ThymeTwister is there with EXO, and
This is
he
going
is
to
going
commit
to
to the Stoop, though.
slowly burn down Stesi, but he goes on the tower, and the golem is just enough to do that little extra bit. He might die here.
Alarm will die.
To the little man.
That little one's fast.
The healing is
But the golem's there to try and mop up the tower. Davidonstreet going on Mith at bottom lane. He's got that level 2 in the rocket barrage, which starts doing some serious damage. Ninjasnowman came over top to try and help out, but everyone was gone. Burst up by the store lock before
The
he
shield
could
on
get
the
there.
rocket. I love it.
Is that something you can do? I did not know that.
You can shield anything.
Wow. Shield on the rocket. Maybe this is a combo that maybe they've been theory crafting. I've never seen a shield put on a rocket before.
I believe you
force
can
down
still
the rocket.
shield
You can force
couriers
down the
as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know. A little bit of a scrappy scrap going on top. Nothing too serious.
That DP's moved down to bottom now.
Yeah, she's coming.
Very active on the mid.
Davidonstreet,
Unfortunately-
rockets, and then the missile's going to chase down Lanyro, but he's far back enough that it doesn't mean anything. Mith struggling a
Taking-
little bit. He's on the receiving end of a lot of
Tanking
high
that
damage
gang.
magic spells. Yeah. Ninjasnowman is heading down with an Invis-Rune. He's going to pass ThymeTwister on the way, so it's a bit of an open book what he gets up to here. They do have a sentry ward here for the Dire, so they know that he's not in vision. Sees Cleese. He will see Davidonstreet as well, but he's kind of biding his time probably until Mith gets back. Nice stun. There we go. Channeling the
Happy.
epicenter, but there is the frost shield out. Does Davidonstreet walk away? I don't think so. Nice all out from Cleese. It does a couple of bounces, but it doesn't quite get enough. It goes to the creeps and it comes back. Microsoft Powerpoint blows him up with a finger. Myth's Macropaga. Macro
clean
Fuego. Not quite enough to kill Cleese. And DP arrives, gets the siphon off, but it's cancelled by the Fisher. And they walk away 1 for 1. Your pause 1 for your mid lane. I think... I don't know. What do you take there? Which one's the better kill? Immediately ThymeTwister goes top and straight onto Alex. He must be furious right now. Gets used up by the DP.
Got the Yules already. I missed that. Oh dear.
Oh, Alex goes down.
Oh.
ThymeTwister is having a colossal impact on this game. 5-1. And he's never stopped. I reckon we'll see some BOTs on him soon to kind of keep up this momentum, but holy shit, like, straight out the gate. And that could well have been me shouting and getting excited. Very sorry. my noise gate might not have functioned well. But yeah, that fight, lots of spells expended, and an 800 gold swing in favour of Granny's cookies.
I think if you're Alex now, he's been firmly told to piss off to the jungle.
Alex is
Don't come back until you have some items.
he's taking it to heart. I mean, he's really quite poor right now. You want to at least have your Yasha by kind of minute 8 on Deuce. It feels like maybe minute 10 if you're being sort of conservative. And
You need to free up the Warlock as well to do some action somewhere else.
Absolutely nice Echo Slam followed by a Golem Drop because it's going to take out the Gyrocopter straight away. Myth's doing a little bit of funny business in the back, but he decides to calm it down when they see the Lion TP, and DP is heading down.
Doesn't have
Remains to be
Exo
seen.
though,
Yeah,
or Silent, so it's just a drain machine.
Needs to be seen if anything comes to the stall. This area is warded up quite nicely by the Dire, but they're going to scout it out on Radiant. Does Myth defend this? I don't think so. I think it's a bit too spooky. Ninjasnowman's getting pinged
Ninja
out, cutting
trying to-
waves.
Trying to make some action mid, move some people
Gyro
away.
TPs, does get his homing missile down. Ninja's going to run straight up into the waiting arms of Spineapple and the Centaur. Stuns through him. But he does get stunned in response, and there's going to be a lot of control out here. Spineapple thinks better of it, and Davidonstreet's rockets go awry. But Cleese is back with
Fear
the
catches him.
rockets and a nice shield. They just decide it's not worth it to chase anymore.
Ninja's gonna scurry back to the jungle.
Yeah, off he goes. Half HP. But he does have a bottle and a rune. Yeah,
He's
story
very
of-
close to that blink now on Ninja, so
That's
sure
the
some
game
plays
changer,
will
I
come out soon.
Story of the game so far, ThymeTwister performing out of his mind. Lanyro getting gone on by 2 here. Davidonstreet doesn't quite have the health to back up the Lion running over the top, so they say, let's just calm it down, send him a rocket, back him off. But there are 4 bot now, ready to see what they can do about this Earthshaker who's slowly almost getting to his Blink Dagger. I say slowly, it's not that slow. 14 minutes, it's pretty good.
They've got the Exo ready to go. Might want to push bot now.
Yeah, I agree. That mid tower is still standing as well, so
Okay.
maybe if you take a quick bot, you just kind of transition it into a mid lane. Lanyro is looking for something here. Does have an Echo Slam off cooldown, and there is a wave present. But he
There is a
kinda-
blink coming on his courier as well.
Yeah, I think he wants to wait for Mith, really. 3 guys bot. Ninja's taking the gate. They're thinking about this on the shitters.
The Exo's going to run out quite soon.
Ninja is just
Probably
waiting.
the best point to turn it.
Yeah, Ninja's waiting. DD in the backpack. He might catch Cleese here if he thinks to go and check for the Watcher, but nothing happens.
They've got both blinks out now.
Yeah, they're moving with purpose. They're looking for something here. They're going to ignore the Lich and the Wave, or do they? They see him. They go for him.
However,
They
everyone
don't, they
else
just
has
think-
left, so
Interesting. Dump all the spells onto the Wave and just leave the leave the Lich to wander free under the tower. They're trying to head him off. He should die here. Nice stun
He'll
into Ice Path, and that's a lot of damage. They capped Microsoft PowerPoint with the end of that Fisher, but it isn't enough to follow up on. Ninjasnowman has popped the DD now. The amplify damage, I should say, and he does have an epicenter and a blink off cooldown on Mith. If you're on Radiant, if you're on Dire right now, you're thinking about it. There's a nice Echo Slam into an epicenter and a macro fuego, but Spineapple is right back in the middle of it, returning an awful lot of damage. Lion gets the finger onto Ninjasnowman. The
soup
Spineapple's
though,
going to
the
go down.
slow.
Yeah, the soup, macro fuego soup combo. That is some spicy meatball. Close game. Close game. But this Medusa, like jewels, lurking in the top lane. Farming to his
Shot
heart's
back
content.
up to highest last hits now.
Yeah. Still relatively far down on the net worth graph. He's third. So I say relatively far down. I had it sorted wrong. Yeah, Alex is just free farming. Quite happy to sit in the jungle. And there goes the bottom tower. So Radiant getting a bit of a handle. Dire getting a bit of a handle on the game after losing control a little bit in those first 15 minutes. They are getting pinged out by the Centaur, so they're maybe considering doing a little bit of something here. Stesi is glimmered. Glimmer finished now. So that's a little bit of save throughout the fights, a little bit of keep alive. Davidonstreet going for his Chrysalis, and then likely an Ags next is the build you go on Gyro. BKB almost finished on ThymeTwister, which is a really nice early timing, especially with that Yules. Nothing to speak of on Cleese, but probably a full staff to follow. 3 braces and a blade mail on the Centaur. The build's so silly, I love it. And nothing on Microsoft PowerPoint. Very firmly. I will say the supports on Radiant are very poor.
Very poor, yeah. Well, the early movement was definitely in
Here we go.
the mid's favour.
We're looking for something here potentially with the smoke. There is 4 of them running top. They see Alex, they know where he is. David's got a homing missile on the Medusa, and it's going off. He's got less than half HP, misses the Manta Dodge, and here comes Spineapple.
The Manta Dodge.
Nice
to that.
Hex, but he misses the Stomp, and the Fear kind of gets stacked with it. Doesn't really matter though, because ThymeTwister is there to mop up with the Exorcism, and probably a top tower as well. Nice gold swing there. 1000 XP. 900.
Stesi is going a refresher for a Titan.
Is he really? God. Whoa, my
Echo
god, what a
another
wombo
death
combo there. Epicenter and Golem and Echo Slam dropped on top of everyone. That's 4 ultimates. Ouch. Do they catch PowerPoint? They do. What a
They
stun.
do.
Ninjasnowman, and Lanyro finishes it off.
The little baby Golem gave away where he was.
That is scary. If ever you were to be taught a lesson about standing as 4 in the same spot hitting a tower, that's it. Stesi, 5th richest player in the game. The net worth is stacked so heavily in favour of the shitters right now. And Stesi, as MPR was saying, going for that refresher first item. So we're going to see a double golem soon enough. He's going to summon his boys down.
And
There's not the
what
mana
gets
though,
it is
right?
Golem will be buffed quite considerably with the champion facet.
You are... does he?
550.
He's just about got it, right?
Yes, barely. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have the tiara stats. I have the stats from it as well.
No, it's not stats, it's region.
Oh right, well,
So it's
yeah,
like-
just barely then.
So he can't use anything else.
He has also purchased a shard, so the upheaval is going to do even more, and there's going to be more imps as well. Alex taking a big stack in the top lane, got an ancient and a hard camp stack, so that's going to get him quite nicely on his way to a butterfly. Stesi's going to take the mid lane. He does see a DP, backs up a little bit, and just drops the soup.
Very defensive vision.
Finding out the hard way why you don't walk into that soup is so slow. It pops the haste rune in the end to get away from it. Ninja's pushing out bot lane, and they're picking him out. They're looking for him. Lion smoked up running. Still no blink, but does have a shadow amulet. He's decided to cue the blink ahead of the Glimmer Cave, and he gets stuns through ThymeTwister. Does get the Hex out, and there's going to be a fingered follow-up, I'm sure. And there goes Ninjasnowman. 3 finger stacks now on the Lion, and they're pinging for more. They know where Stesi is. Gets the stomp and the double edge, and he blade mails, but Stesi knows better. He walks away. 3 seconds till he can drop his golem on your head, and you've got to be thinking, uh-oh.
I don't think Radiant can fight until pipe.
Yeah. How far away are they from the pipe?
Very far.
Yeah, they're not even started on it yet.
Stesi is the second smartest player on the entire team there.
Oh really? In terms of his mana pool, they're pinging out the Shaker here.
Level 13 on your pulse 5. Big.
But he blinks away. Cleese is looking for him. He's getting very close, but Lanny with the Ags jumps away, and there is no scuffle to be had in the top lane. Diamond can see everything that's going on here, so they're going to see Microsoft PowerPoint, they're going to see Cleese, and they will probably see the center on this really, really well placed ward for what they're trying to achieve. Yeah, so they know exactly what's going on. They're not going to be near that. They're just going to pick up a DD now. Almost finished this whatever it is he's building. He's got a point booster there. It's the Bloodstone. He's almost finished his Bloodstone, but he's keeping it all on the courier sitting at the secret shop. Now, looking at the Radiant right now, MPR, what are you thinking? If you're in their shoes, what's the game plan going forward? How do you kind of... I mean, you must feel like you're on a bit of an even keel, but at the same time, you're quite far behind.
No, you just can't fight 4v5, 5v5 onto the pipe, and even then it's a bit like hard. But the main thing, like, you need farm for a gyro.
Yeah.
The gyro is just like really under farmed right now. Even your post 3 centaur, he's just like walking around, he's not farming at all.
They get a stomp
You
onto
really
Mith.
need a fight.
Stesi is there. He's gonna cast the Glimmer Cape, and Mith is just gonna walk away. Ninjasnowman's back.
Time is now separated from the team.
Yeah, time is really in
Be
there.
out though.
I know, he's going for it. Myth burns down to the Siphon, and Time's quite happy with that. Ninjasnowman does Epicenter, and Nani Echo slams, but the blink gets cancelled by one of the spirits, so there is no Echo, no Epi, thanks to that, thanks to the Exo from DP. The spirits cancelling both blinks on both big spells, and Alex is getting
killing himself to a Chain Frost.
Cleese gets away. Spineapple chasing down Lanyro. Lanyro is going to go down as well. Davidonstreet has finally arrived in the fight. He said, you know what, screw this. And Stesi's little boy doing a lot of chasing. Alex is thinking about it, but I bet you Stesi's in that call right now screaming, what are you doing? Turn around, you suicidal maniac. ThymeTwister on top of Stesichorus. The Glimmer Cape runs out, and all that's left is for Mith to try and save his life. But there's a lot of guys from the Radiant here right now. There's a rocket coming through, but his Glimmer Cape's back off cooldown. And Mith gets the kill on Spineapple as well. Somehow. That's just a kill you shouldn't be giving away. But overall, very, very good fight from the Radiant. I will say it.
no objectives really out of that.
Yeah.
And the gold swing's not changed much. It's still
Well, it was a 2,000 gold
Still
swing
pretty
in
even.
favor of the Radiant. It just feels like nothing because you're so far ahead on Dire already. Big takeaway from that fight. If EXO is up, don't even think about it. You had an epicenter get cancelled. You had an Echo Slam get cancelled. Both of them used around the stairs on the Dire base. Just clearly kind of engage the brain when I'm going to blink, bang, and the blink goes, and all you're left with is the bang.
Is the golem a creep?
I don't know. What does the golem count as? Anyone in chat knows what the golem counts as? We'll be interested to see.
Because if he's a creep, he can get like 2 shot by the suck.
Alex Time gets a really nice kill on Lanyro as well. These guys moving as 5, they're just deathballing, and Stesi's, despite I know they know how to deal with this, but they're not. They're getting caught out one by one. They're thinking about fighting this on Stesi. He's probably just gonna drop a bonds and leave, but he goes back for the soup. He does have his glimmer cape, and they don't want to come anywhere near it.
Ninja's coming in though. They're ready to defend it.
Yeah.
These tier 2s are proving tricky for the Radiant.
ThymeTwister is ready to fight again, but he's just that one little bit of mana away from having a really nice from being able to get off more than one spell. He's got to be careful he doesn't lose his BKB as well if all his magic damage. I don't know why my assisted camera is determined to to follow the Lich around. But it looks like they're preparing to start taking a Tormentor.
Both Stesi and Mith enjoying a Philly Stone. The extra
gold.
boost for them.
And there's been a cube eaten by the Radiant.
But Shard Online definitely going to help with the when Juicer decides to turn up.
Yeah, absolutely. That fear is just going to be... who was it that got it? Oh, it's the Lion. My apologies. My partner just came home and the dog started whining, so I took an ear off to shout hello.
I'd like to just point out this lovely ward sausage in the
Oh yeah, look at this. Beautiful.
in the dire triangle.
That's a panic ward if ever I've seen one. Stesi put that one down. And Stesi put that one down as well. After he'd put that one down. Actually, no, about the same time.
Only 10 seconds difference.
Yeah, weird. Something fishy's going on, I think.
Just need to be extra sure
Too
of
much
vision.
armor.
I will say, not farming too efficiently on the Radiant here. They go on. Ninjasnowman gets a nice blink stun, and Lanyro is there to follow up with an epicenter. And there's a golem and ice path, but there's so many ultimates dropping all at once. Ninjasnowman goes down to the finger.
Time
and to
is
Spineapple blade
in
but
with
not
Exo up.
enough.
Myth's going to drop too.
Yeah, and Lanyro follows suit. ThymeTwister is doing some serious business. Alex gonna
Can't tag
try
that
and
tower
fight.
though.
Something, yeah.
Oh,
He
it's too
cannot
deep.
fight that.
A little bit too keen.
Yeah, Spineapple's
Spineapple's
going to
going to
get
drop.
too keen as well. One punch from the golem sorts him out. That went from really good to really bad very, very quickly. Stesi pops a dust, but it's not enough to catch him on the way out. Yeah, look at that. I mean, still, somehow a positive gold swing for the Radiant, but the
The
XP
refresher
tells the difference.
is online.
Here we go.
He has
Double the golem, double the fun.
I don't think he has the mana for it.
So it's 350, 800, 800. No, he does. No, he's 25 mana off, isn't he?
It's 800 plus 350.
Yeah. Oh no, so he does have the mana.
Yeah, but he can't use anything else.
Does he know that?
No.
Or is he going to refresh and get stuck with no mana?
Going straight into the axe as well.
He should have played. He should have bought Helm of the Dominator on Stesi.
Everyone's retreated off to farm now.
Tail
I
between
think
the
Radiant
legs.
have realised they can't quite bash their heads at it yet.
Yeah. That tier 2 tower, not something to be taken lightly.
MPR, how do you feel about the fact there is no auras on Dire? And no one keen to build auras?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's an okay pipe game, but like at least at the ramp set, like, or like a vessel, that would be a good item this game. They don't really have good vessel heroes.
Emu makes a good point that it could be the double bonds that he's after. Although he is going for Axe, which makes me think it is not in fact the double bonds, but it is just the double golem. He's going for 4 golems. Probably going to buy a heart next if we know Stesi. And he's just going to thump.
I do hope it's a heart after X. Really all in on that golem.
I really
All
think
four
it will be.
This game will be like, okay, we press our buttons and you press your buttons, and see who's stronger. There's no like,
Whose buttons are superior?
there's no like kiting out and like going back here and out.
Everyone's
like,
in.
If you're in, and fucking everyone's in. Even if you're like 100 health, it's fucking in. And whoever wins.
So they've Radiant trying to sneak approach, but Dire scan it out. They're too far away to do anything about it before it goes down. But they're not taking it past. There's a smoke out.
Smoking up for it
they
though.
came hoping for a little bit of a return kill.
Are they going to commit?
Davidonstreet picks up the
Turn
axe.
tail.
He picks the Aegis. He does have his axe finished, so there is going to be a little bit of damage. And Stesi's thinking about just aborting. They're splitting up. They're going to get a nice kind of attack from all angles thing going on. Time not popping next to them just yet, and Stesi giving them the old back off with the suit. Alex helping out with a ghost, or with a snake rather, and they think better of it. Radiant just say, do you know what, you can keep it. It's not worth my life. Alex is so tempted to deny this tower right now, I promise you, and he's not doing it. Very well done. Should have done though. Time gets it.
I'm not really sure why Cleese abandoned the Abyss upgrade.
Did he? Oh yeah, he did. Maybe he thought he needed a Glimmercape more. There is a lot of magic damage, and they've smoked again on Stesi shitters. They might find ThymeTwister here. They do. He gets burrow striked, and a nice fisher to hold him back. Pops the BKB and just walks away. But he thinks again. Not
He's holding the Exo though.
Yeah. There's the golem, Stesi, and the refresher. Gyro is doing so much damage, and Microsoft PowerPoint finishes him off with a finger. This Mith and Ninjasnowman both down. Stesi having to back off because
He didn't have the mana for the second
Lanyro
golem.
blinks in, gets a nice Echo Slam, but it's not enough to finish either of them off. ThymeTwister going down to the Skadi on Alex. Spineapple is just having to do what he can. And there is
Can confirm he could not double golem. There was not the mana.
He tried, but it wasn't there. Oh well. Some say 2 in a hot tub.
Oh yeah, he's level 80 now. So he did 1200 plus 350. So now he really doesn't have enough mana, even if he has everything.
A fool, he should have held his point. He shouldn't have upgraded.
Yeah. Oh well. Is that what did it? Did he upgrade in the middle of the fight? It's always the little things, isn't it? There goes the golem. Alex is quite happy to just keep clicking. He's very rich now on the Medusa. Somehow managed to weasel his way back into the game. He's 4k net worth ahead of the nearest the nearest rival, if you will. Butterfly, Skadi, and he's just got a crit stick as well. Scary
Respecting
hero.
it though and retreating off there.
Yeah. I don't want to be the person that comes face to face with this Medusa in a team fight. It's just going to shit damage. And the scary thing is, in 3 levels time, it's just going to shit twice as much. It's like your timer is rapidly expiring if you're playing on the Radiant here. Gyro is good, but he's not that good.
He's going for MKB and Gyro, and then Disbusser.
I think the Disbusser is maybe the item that you go for first, right? You definitely don't keep your
I
Falcon
am
Blade
surprised Alex didn't pick it up. He loves Disbusser.
Disbusser. Alex might
He's
get
getting
caught
spotted
out
out by Cleese.
Cleese is going to
No?
find him, but he just runs away.
Oh, no.
Alex pops out and flees.
Ooh, spooky snake.
Yeah, the fashion of brave Sir Robin. He bravely buggers off, but yeah, I think he maybe misinterpreted the situation there. ThymeTwister and Microsoft PowerPoint both smoked up to the side. They get Cleese as well. They're just quite happy to let Davidonstreet show on the wave and push it in.
I don't seem interested in stopping this.
No.
They're finally going to get that tier 2.
Although Stesi is coming over. Thinking about it, he's going to drop his bombs and walk away. And Dire are marching down with a huge wave into the bottom. Going to push all of their creeps up your bum, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing that they seem to want to do about it either. Alex is just going to use the illusions to push in,
If he remembers to micro.
which he has not. God.
It's a lot of them. We'll give him his due. He's kept the courier alive this whole game so far.
Yeah.
So
No couriers. No couriers killed. Which is going to put him in good standing for that legal challenge that Lush have launched against him for killing off half of their testing stock.
yep. So, the legal battles behind the scene.
He's going to be able to walk in tomorrow morning and say, "See, Your Honour, I don't know what it's all about. Load of rubbish."
I kept this one alive for a whole game. This dragon.
This little. Do they test skin products on dragons? I thought it was rabbits.
Well, it'd be great to see like the new moisturizer on
Yeah, I mean, if
the scaly skin.
if it'll work on scaly skin, exactly.
Mm.
Right, got a bit of a clump going on in the bottom lane. They seem to be charging down, looking for a
Into
fight,
the soup.
and Alex is charging right
And
back.
severely regretting it.
Alex is in a dangerous spot here, whether he realizes it or not. His team aren't quite close enough to back him up straight away. He's going to go on ThymeTwister.
He does not care.
To dispel. He's going to ult, and they just walk away again. Lots of whip spells, and Radiant no better.
Do you feel like their time is running out in PR on Radiant?
Yeah, kind of. They just like
They're chasing
it's
really
an
hard.
issue.
Nice bow strike from Ninjasnowman to find Cleese, and Lanyro jumps in on top of him, drops a huge right click, and gets finished off by the Sandstorm. Lanyro is really looking for kills here.
Both BKBs popped though.
Yeah, Ag's Octarine. So he is ready for some funky business. Dire just going to collapse on the bottom tower. I'm not sure if there's anything that the Radiant can do about it apart from watch. Lots of little imps will get summoned away by ThymeTwister, ready to go to their death. There's going to be a lot of damage. Alex is getting his mana sucked away, but it's not enough to cause any significant impact this late into the game, especially with the Glimmer Cape. There's a homing missile following on, stuns him just far enough away, but there's no meaningful follow-up. They're being very brave on Granny's Cookies playing so close to the tower.
I do wonder if Imp still cancel backdoor. I know they used to, but
yeah, I wonder that too.
I don't.
I feel like that's not a thing anymore. But it could be.
I will see. Looks like they're canceling it.
Looks like they do.
Alex quite happy to sit and hit. He is going to get caught out here, but there is a very nice Echo Slam Golem Macro Pyre combination coming through. Spineapple really suffering under the weight of this
Chain
refresher
Frost.
Ags. Oh my god, it's just
Running rampant through
so
these.
many colours. Lanyro, another kill. Alex steals it away. Look at this. Lanny takes half of the Lion's health in one right click. They're coming back at the Shaker, but realistically there's nothing. This is a bit of a wash for the Cookies. And there's the voice line from Stesi.
I think there is not much more Grannies can do at this point.
Yes, you're maybe at this point kind of resigning yourself to thinking about the next game. How do you deal with this
These enormous
Medusa,
3k golems smashing your buildings away.
See, the thing with Alex is he's played Luna every game in the tournament so far, and he's accidentally made people think that's his main hero. But alas, the Medusa, bin it as much as you want in the lane, he's always going to come crawling out of the jungle, having smacked a few creeps, and this is, this is what happens. Really quite farmed, top net worth in the team. And the scary thing is, he could be even more farmed if he'd had a good start to the game. Stesi Warlock, probably the least surprising surprise of the series. Ag's Refresher hasn't queued up the heart just yet, but we've all got our fingers crossed.
He does, yes.
Oh, he has. Has he just done it now? Yeah. There we go. Mith Chikiro doing work. This player-hero combination has to be one of the strongest value per value for weight. I don't know. It's like the car of Mith Chikiro is the equivalent of an F1 car for power to weight ratio. The man is pulling 1,000 horsepower on a 1-ton vehicle.
I'm watching Davidonstreet's courier making quite a trip.
Yeah.
Having to go to Dire Secret Shop.
All the way down here just to pick up a Demon Edge. And
can it survive the trip home though?
Yeah, he's thinking about it. He's trying to plan a way home. I don't think he gets caught on any wards on the way back. Oh well, he will get caught on this one here, but they're not going to be able to respond.
This is a whole separate mini game.
Yeah. Alex and Lanny doing the traditional dance between pos 1 and 3 as to who can get the last hits now that we can both one-shot a camp.
That is David's MKB finish, though.
Not sure.
In theory, he can try and man-fight the Juicer.
Yeah, he's going to do a lot of damage to the supports in the backline, assuming they're close enough for this flat cannon. I mean, it is quite a large range. He's going to be hitting people from way further away than he would just a right-click, but I don't know if it does enough. It feels a bit like too little too late. The cube demolished. And that is a shard onto Ninjasnowman. Epicenter damage per pulse increasing. Like, 85 damage per pulse now on a, what is it? 20 pulse echo save. Epicenter. I need an EpiPen for my tongue after that. Getting stuck in my mouth.
Unfortunately locked into their base now on Radiant.
Yeah. Tara doing a very good job of kind of keeping the pressure across the lanes. They look to be grouping for a fight here. It could be the last one. Stesi drops the soup, and Alex's illusion doing quite a lot of damage to the point where Spineapple pops his blade mail. It's not, and Time uses one of his precious siphons to deal with that illusion. Just don't go away. They do have the pipe finished, and he's halfway to a well, he's actually almost all the way to Achievers, but he doesn't want to buy it because he wants to keep hold of his buyback very sensibly. And they're just going to wait
hit the
for the
25 booster now.
Yeah,
so
Alex now hit the scary timing. And he does get stunned before he can get anything meaningful off. They do have the top shield on the tower. Alex is just going to keep clicking him in the low ground though. Doesn't need to go up. They don't need to come down. So they're just going to let him do this, at least while the frost shield's online. Just to sort of relieve some of the danger of losing a tower in seconds.
do they just go for it here on Dire? Just send someone up?
Lanyro is really looking for a blink. There's a stun out from the Lion. Lanyro gets the Fisher on 2. Frost shield onto the Centaur kind of limits any damage. The Exo comes out with the DP.
Wind Wakering over the Fissure there, but
Looks like he did a bit of a dive. Exo and BKB forced from the DP there. And the pipe. It's, I mean, Davidonstreet.
That feels bad.
Yeah. Still has all of his stuff, but DP and.
They're just waiting for the heart on Stesi in 10 gold.
Yeah. They're also, I think, waiting for this Exo to drop in however many minutes. I'm not going to ping it in case it shows up in game. And there's the smoke. ready once this Exo goes away, and it's gonna
Where's
go
the heart
away
and
on the
Stesi
wave
then?
as well. So they're gonna see it, and this is gonna be my prediction here. It's gonna be a lot of spells, so do forgive me if I funk my words. Alex heading out to the center. Let's get stunned by the Lionel spike. Myth walks up, picks up nice Balcony, doesn't catch anyone. Playing very carefully on the radiant, careful to get caught by anything, but Ninjasnowman jumps into the back. Oh my god. Nice Echo Slam from Lanyro into the middle, and there's 2, 3, 4 golems dropped on top of it, and there's a lit drop bouncing around in there somewhere. Davidonstreet's trying to stay alive, using the wall with mouse, and he does get quite a lot of damage off. Lanyro goes down to a figure from Microsoft PowerPoint, but Alex has already killed ThymeTwister and Cleese. Spineapple, another 2 golems on his head, and he's just
Desperately trying to
burn. Alex
hold
no mana
out.
left, but Mith needs the use to stay alive, and that could be the game. Ninjasnowman jumping more, trying to get Microsoft PowerPoint for his all
Cleaning up these
and he goes
support.
down. Cleese gets the suck, and Ninja is dropping below half health. Davidonstreet's walking away from it with the
They've been doing their best.
Alex takes barracks. Cleese has brought back. To what
That's
end?
Megas and Dire.
We shall see. Yeah, the Mega Creeps have arrived. Not seeming custom
Those are
before time.
very large golems.
Yeah, they are huge. 3000 HP. Ninja again, a double burrow strike through. He gets the Shivas off as well. Davidonstreet's going to try his best to fight it, but the Medusa is just too strong. Cleese throws out a lit shot. Does bounce off the spire, but unfortunately
The
goes
unfortunate
the wrong
bounce.
way. Oh, the last one.
Oh, yes.
That's a big tick in the book for Lich. Davidonstreet trying his best, but there's so much return damage, there's nothing they can do about it. Alex does have no mana though. If he can stay alive for a little bit longer, he might be able to do something. Unfortunately, Medusa illusions. Just too much damage. And in fact, it wasn't the Medusa illusions, it was the bloody suit wizard.
Of course it was.
There is a pipe on Radiant, the pipe's on the center. And there we go. GG, game 1. Stesichorus, a dominant performance. A bit of a shaky start to the game, but they end up with a 46,000 gold lead in a 47-minute game. And
Yes,
most of that, I
they-
wager, coming from that last fight. And Stesi's beautiful little showing with the Ags Refresher Warlock. Little look at the graph. Pretty much as expected. Game stayed very, very tight for about 10 minutes, and then it started getting wobbly. There was a point where the Radiant were really kind of doing quite a lot of very nice map movements, taking some kills where they could find them, but it swung very heavily in favour of the Dire very, very kind of smoothly after that. Thoughts on the game?
I think Granny's held out great at the start there. They were, I mean, it took till minute 30 for Alex to get up to the top of net worth. They punished him, but they just couldn't quite
Couldn't
keep
yeah.
it up.
What do you think, MPR? Any takeaways from the game?
I mean, I think they just didn't have the answer for the Medusa post laning stage. Like
They definitely had the laning answer.
Yeah,
but yeah.
they had a laning answer, but they needed like a diff blade carrier for their carry that could like punish the Medusa like in the mid game. But it's basically that it. Yeah.
It's very hard to play against them at a 35,000 net worth Medusa, right? There's not many heroes in the game at this patch that will sort of keep up with that level of farm. I mean, he's doing 1,200 crits with 4 shots, and it's just kind of, it's so much damage consistently, plus the Skadi, plus the butterfly, so you can't hit it back. And then there was the Aghanim set to pick up at the end to try and deal with the homing missile and the siphon and the fear. Good night, Mr. Librarian. I hope you have a very nice sleep. But yeah, very, very obvious net worth disparity there. I mean, Alex completely taking away with it. 10,000 gold ahead of anyone else in the game. And 4 of the Dire ending up on top of the graph there. Just a Myth on the Jakiro.
Ooh, we are very close to the 8 billionth game of Dota.
Oh.
Is it 8 billion or 80 billion? I don't.
Say again.
If you look at the match ID, we are very close to the 80 or 8 billionth game. I can't really.
The 8 billionth game.
Yeah.
Where's the match ID down here?
Overview.
79997109949.
I don't know if
You're
it's
the
8 billion
accountant.
or
Do the
80
numbers for
billion.
us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 digits. God, I've not seen a number that high in my entire life.
I think that's 80, right? 80 billion.
I think so. Yeah.
That is a lot of dough.
Yeah.
We are a group of degenerates. Alright, let's hop in. Hopefully, I don't have to go radio mode. But we shall see. We shall see indeed. Well, what a game that was, right? What a bloody game. Pretty much.
They definitely showed that Granny's cookie spirit though at the start there.
Yeah, I know. We were expecting a shellacking from minute one, but it was actually, it was actually a really dominant performance coming out of the laning stage.
I believe they're now locked in for the survival bracket.
Who? Stesi's.
No, Granny's cookies. I think they are now. I don't think they can.
Even if they won one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They are now locked in for the survival one. Actually, they were even before this series, so it doesn't really matter.
Of course it matters. It all matters.
So we're going to get a
It's
meaty
pride on the
tiebreaker.
line.
Although, are there any other teams in the group that are 0 and it'll be 5 at this point?
No, it's only them right now. They're 0 and 7 right now.
Right, hop into the channel if you can.
Oh, un momento.
There we go. Oh. Predictions for game 2? Do we think we're going to see a similar story, or is it going to be a bounce back?
I'm hoping Grannies will pick up some more noted bands here.
Yep, I think
Force Alex onto one of his less comfortable, and Warlock will never see the light of day again.
Yeah, honestly, Stesi Warlock proving once and for all why it's a hero that can drag even the goobiest of goober up to legend rank. I mean, he is very good at the hero as well. Alright, and we are in for the draft. Immediately,
They don't want that Slardar,
yeah,
though.
the Lanyro Slardar sticking firmly in their minds. We're going to have to ask if that's a deliberate thing, or if it's just I really don't want to play against this hero. And there's a Shadow Demon ban again, so shaping up in a very similar fashion to the last game. Clock 2, just a ball bag to play against that hero, isn't he?
Just disrupts a lot of fights, and he gets in the way.
For those of you just joining us for various reasons, game 1 was pretty back and forth at the start. You had a very nice laning stage from Granny's Cookies, but a couple of sort of dodgy fights towards the mid game saw the balance swing in favour of Stesi shitters, and it didn't really go back. They kind of took it and ran with it. Stesi Warlock, a particular shining star from that last game, hence the second ban now from the Dire. Radiant banned out Tiny and Lich as well.
Do you think this Tiny is Alex's determination that other people play carry Tiny?
I don't know. I think maybe there's just a Tiny player. It wouldn't surprise me if ThymeTwister was a good Tiny player. I mean, looking at the way that he played that DP, he's clearly a very competent Dota player. Do you know what I mean? And a hero like Tiny in the hands of a player like that, he was doing a lot of kind of aggressive dives. If he has the ability to blow up a squishy carry, it's curtains for your backline.
They have let the Luna through here, so I'm expecting a first pick Luna.
I think so.
On Stesi's.
The issue is if they first pick Luna, Stesi's picks Medusa and it's a counter.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, they didn't ban either.
Maybe they're saying that they don't think, and I think fair enough. I would be in the same position. The Medusa isn't the problem. The Medusa, no matter who you play against, Medusa is gonna do that 40 minutes into a game if uncontested, right?
Hmm.
So maybe you say, well, look, let's address the other problems. Let's address the Earthshaker. Let's address the Warlock. The two things that really kind of hammered us that game. And let's just kind of work around it. Let's try our best to stall the early game and take it over there. And there's a hero that's really good at doing that. Nice lane dominating support in Witch Doctor.
Now, does he take the Luna or the Juicer?
I think it's the Medusa. Yeah.
The Juicer again.
It's just such a comfort pick for Alex. And it does give you that kind of late game insurance, right? You're suddenly now it's not a 100-minute game unless they pick some kind of turbo carry on Granny's Cookies. It's no longer a game that can go to 60 minutes. It's now a game that goes to 45 minutes or you lose.
5 seconds.
What's the carry pickup against Juicy you'd go for, MPR?
I mean, whoever buys a Death Blade,
I'd pick up an
Like-
Alex, to be honest.
like Ursa, Alchemist, Slark, Monkey King can work.
There's the AM ban from the Shitters. Really weird hero. At the minute, it kind of feels quite bad into all the very specific matchups, and this is one of them. And they pick up Mith, the Myth Lion, just to really remove any
Secure
obstacle to
himself.
the Medusa. Yeah, it's a really protected ban. Meanwhile, Granny's had banned out the Sand King, so they're just saying, look, pick whatever you want, but please don't pick the same draft. They were fed up with those heroes. The Sand King did too much, the Shaky did too much, and the Warlock did far too much.
It all feels quite targeted at Lanny, though.
Well, the Sand King now is a bit of a flex ban, right? Because you know you're taking Lanny and Ninjasnowman off the hero, but it's a ban that could have been used on Ember or Void Spirit or Dawn or any of these other really oppressive, really upsetting heroes. There's an Axe. Hope Alex remembers to buy his fluffy hat. That's all I'll say on that one.
Oh, I am
I
desperate
really
for a
hope
full
he
health
doesn't.
dunk.
Witch Doctor Axe is a very strong lane, I think it's safe to say. I think. Do you lose the lane as Medusa into a Witch Doctor Axe, MPR?
I mean, I assume that's a +5 Witch Doctor, right?
Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, either way, I think the matchup favors the Axe versus Medusa, right?
The Medusa snake is really fucking annoying. The magical damage is really like intense. You can just cut waves. He can't really. She can't really like contest you there. But I think the Axe should farm faster than a Centaur. That's for sure. The only issue is like Axe is not really a aura buyer, so you either like pick someone that can buy it, or you just hope you don't need an aura this game.
Maybe they're just not a fan of the aura meta. They think it's not their cup of tea, not their cookie, if you will. Juggernaut. Okay.
That's a comfort carry pickup there.
Yeah, Davidonstreet, known Juggernaut enjoyer. They pick up the meat for Stesi, as he likes to call it. Why he calls Snapfire the meat, I'm not sure, but he does. So he's deciding to use Granny's Cookies against Granny's Cookies.
True. They're denying.
And there's a
the cookie
Legion
pickup.
commander for
No,
Lanyro.
really?
It's a very different kind of hero. What do you think of the Legion, MPR?
In this game or conceptually?
Let's
In
go
this
with
game.
the second one first, the first one first, and the second one second.
I mean, in this game, technically it's okay because you can like stop the spin and shit. What?
That's a response to the Legion, isn't it? There's nothing else to that apart from a response to the Legion. Ban out the Necro for some reason. They've clearly got something in mind. I'm just not quite sure what it is. Both looking at mid bans. This is when they flex really hard on us, and they take the Lion mid and just pick Myth Jakiro again. I would love that. That would be phenomenal. And just a mid-lion, go for the Echo Saber Ag, span out the OD. So they're going for another melee mid, I think.
There is like a lack of damage for Dire here.
You're really relying on the Jug, aren't you? There's a lot of synergy that has to go into your draft, and I don't think they pull it together into all the spells and control from Stesi's ultra shitters.
Well, also, if Sus wins this game, they are securing themselves like the first or second place in the group.
Oh, nice. They'll be first, right? Because they're 6-0. They'll be 6-0 if they win.
Yeah, but they could lose the last series, so they are guaranteeing themselves at least whatchamacallit, tiebreaker for first.
Nice. There's the Quap for the mid. Nice hero. I do like Quap. I think he does probably quite well here. If he gets dueled, it's a bit shit, but other than that, I think he's quite
It's an active mid, which time's showing favour to.
Yeah, absolutely. As a hero, you can just come to the lanes sort of when you hit your 6 and just take over the game. It's just a case of keeping that steamroll going, because they were doing really well last game. They just sort of struggled to maintain momentum going later.
Well, whilst we're pondering the last pick here, I'm enjoying a delicious strawberry cheesecake mochi.
Oh.
And after doing a little searching through the teams earlier, cheesecake is a favoured dessert for quite a lot of the players.
Oh wow.
Are we all cheesecake fans?
I love a cheesecake. I said to my mother when I was much younger, I think we were watching Come Dine With Me or something, and for one reason or another, as like 12-year-olds do, I said, Mum, I could marry anyone as long as they make a good cheesecake.
Anyone at all?
Yeah, anyone. I think. Well, I did say she, so I think I was kind of laying out a broad criteria. Very lucky to have a partner that does make a fantastic cheesecake. So.
What kind of cheesecake is the big?
Well, I literally will eat cheesecake. I like it. I love it. I love
when,
it. Have you ever had a Basque? Is it Basque cheesecake?
Yes, I was about to say in my pre-baking life, I used to make Basque cheesecakes for the bakery a lot, and that has firmly become the superior form of cheesecake for me.
They're fantastic, and if you haven't had
one, truly delicious.
And
it's like cheesecake but decadent.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and if you don't know what it is, look it up. So anyway, cakes aside, should we do a little run through of the teams once we're loaded into the game? Just get the lovely little loading screen. All the effects, none of the new ones though. Not seeing too much. The partner being a she, I think, was a mix of both. It was both a preference and a compromise. I'm not stuck in the mid lane anymore, we will be happy to know. So we don't have to abandon the game. Looking at the lineups here, we have StesichorusTheWise, the captain of Stesichorus, on the meat, on Snapfire as his favourite hero. It looks like we're heading into each other as well. Lanyro on Legion Commander, Ninjasnowman on Ember Spirit, Mith on Lion, his second most favourite hero, and Alex on Medusa, his first most favourite hero. On the other side of the bracket, we've got Juggernaut on Davidonstreet, a very comfortable carry pick for him. We have Queen of Pain picked up by ThymeTwister, Spineapple playing Axe, Oracle on Cleese. Not familiar if he's a massive Oracle player or not, but he is about to get caught here. Smith walking up does have Earthspike skill, but he's not going to use it just yet. Cleese walks away. No harm, no foul. And then finally, we have Witch Doctor for Microsoft PowerPoint on the...
This is my preferred Witch Doctor face, the board.
Is this the kinky wooden board? Is that Is that, am I thinking of the right one? Or is that a different?
No, that's the other
That's
board.
the other board. Right.
He does have 2 boards
Two
to pick from.
boards. I knew one of them was a kinky board, and that's the extent of my Witch Doctor knowledge. Lots
Ooh,
of
it's the
crying.
expensive jug set.
That's a really expensive jug set, so you better hope he's pretty good at the hero, or at least pretty familiar with it. Otherwise, he'll end up like me with a £90 Slark set and a 42% win rate.
I just want more brood set.
I inadvertently sent KTW into a panic the other day when we were playing Overthrow by using the brood set that looks like an actual spider.
It's horrifying.
It is-
It's disgusting
I
to look at.
haven't really looked at it before that point, but he kind of mentioned it being something that he wasn't a fan of, and
I love it.
it sort of gave me pause to think about it, and it was horrible. Stesi's courier going down straight away. Oh, Microsoft.
End this courier violence.
Absolutely not. Bring it on. As a bounty hunter player, courier violence is one of my bread and butters. Davidonstreet already less than half health, suffering at the hands of Lanyro Legion and Mith Lion. The double L lane. One more, please, lads. Double L.
Why will no one pick the Fun Legion facet? Give everyone dual
The
damage.
share the spores of war. Yeah. Stonewall plate
It's a
is
team
just
game
really
after
good,
all.
isn't it? Sorry, I've gone quiet because I moved my headset.
Myth in a risky spot there.
Yeah, Myth does get caught out by the spin, but I don't think there is enough egg on my face immediately. ThymeTwister, very low, both HP and mana in the mid lane. But Ninja doesn't seem to be wanting to do anything about it. Maybe he's just holding on for a slight chains combo, because that's going to do a lot of damage, especially once he gets a second point in chains. Please let me know if I am a better volume for all you granches and grannies in chat.
I'm not too familiar on mid matchups. Who favours here?
NPR, any thoughts?
Let me check. I don't remember if the shield is magical or physical damage absorption.
It's magical.
Oh, it's actually
damage.
not playing
Might go
God.
down here if Ember decides to die,
Ooh.
but he gives up the chase and lets him away with his life. But a stern warning, a slap on the wrist, if you will.
Yeah, you usually Coop, I think, should do okay against melee heroes. But Ember has like a lot of poke damage, so I think that's an issue for her.
Yeah.
Across the
Agreed.
board, fairly even here.
Yeah, it does seem to be a pretty decent spread. Definitely a bit of a clump of dire heroes in the middle. The Quop's suffering against the Ember, like, colossally. Is on 5 last hits against Ember's 22. But other than that, we're looking at a pretty fair spread. 13 last hits for David, 12 for Alex, and we've got 10 apiece for both of the offlane heroes. Interestingly, Cleese almost has as many last hits as ThymeTwister does. So perhaps the Quop is not as much of a comfort pick as the others. As in the previous game on his DP. Alex is a bit better off this game than he was previously. He's already got some boots flying out. So he's feeling a bit happier in this lane, I think. The axe is a little bit less capable of doing some serious damage, and the Witch Doctor not quite as able to kill as the Lion was last game. Davidonstreet, permanently low, doesn't seem to have grasped the concept of tangos just yet, but I'm sure he will once Cleese forces one into his hand. ThymeTwister caught onto tower here. He's going to take a few hits, and he manages to get away on just a sliver of health. the meat. Doing what the meat does. Stesi Snapfire, pretty good. What are we thinking
It's
so
a
far?
surprising amount of damage on the snap, isn't it?
Yeah, always catch off guard. Lanny takes out the healing ward and makes a break for it. It's a nice little 75 gold to be able to claim for yourself, and a bit lackadaisical of David to let it go like that.
It is
Yeah,
causing a nuisance up here.
yeah. Mith, as we said before, power to weight ratio of an F1 car. I'm gonna coin that phrase.
Determined to make it stick.
Please.
MMR per MMR.
Someone clip it. Yeah. power for MMR. Impact IMP per MMR. Thinks about taking that courier out, but he doesn't quite get to it. Lanny's quite happy. David's learned his lesson. He's keeping the ball in the trees. And Lanny's quite happy to just sit in the lane and click creeps. Absolutely. No trouble with that one bit.
Definitely a much neater laning stage from
Oh yeah.
Sus here.
Has both parts of his treads coming out on the courier, so he's in a much better place than he was previously. ThymeTwister not quite hit 6, and Ninjasnowman has, but they're both below on mana, so there's not going to be anything developing in terms of kills from the mid lane. Stesi's doing a bit of clicking, but he's again nothing developing just yet. Very cagey opener. I think this favours the Radiant, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they're doing well to keep up on Dire. I mean, Davidonstreet.
Both ports remembering that wisdom runes exist.
Yeah. Very nice.
Nice and early.
Good
Synchronized
coordination.
pickup there.
On the minute. You love to see it. Davidonstreet not quite keeping up with the Medusa. But doing his best. You wouldn't expect him to be toe for toe unless he was having a fantastic lane. And Alex is just starting to side pull the creeps and clear the camp with his multi-shot.
This axe definitely can't threaten as much as you'd want.
Yeah, and he's gone for a double bracer pickup as well, which I'm not fantastically keen on the axe. I don't know if that's what you do. ThymeTwister gets away with his life and not much else from an aggression from Ember mid, and Ninjasnowman is gonna leave a spirit at the top rune, leave a remnant, and hope that he doesn't have to use it.
They're definitely focusing a little more here on stacking for the Dire. I've got the triangle pretty stacked in the jungle.
Pretty good recovery farm for Axe once he gets his blade mail and it spins up a few levels. Thinking about it on Davidonstreet, he's a bit closer to his 6th than the Legion is. So if he can time it right, maybe this wave +1 if Cleese stays away, we could be seeing an Omni slash kill from the top lane. Just Time's pinging out that he's on his way. David's taking a lot of damage and he tries to spin away, but it's it's consolidatory at best. He doesn't really get anything for it apart from a way to start. Time is in. He screams Mith back and there's a lot of burst damage, but is it quite enough with the Oracle heal keeping him alive? I know. Oh
no.
The burst got him within one click and the heal sends him right the way back up again. Offers a high five, says thank you very much, Mr. Oracle. That was very kind of you.
That was the shortest blink I've seen in a while.
Ninjasnowman's illusions causing a bit of chaos in the top lane, scouting out the stacks, so they know it's there, but he's just going to force the Dire to try and take these quickly before any hostile action comes their way. Alex, as I said last game, starting to get towards that Yasha at around the 10 to 11 minute mark.
He's definitely happier.
Yeah, he's going to be a lot happier this game. Does not bode well for the enemy team when Alex is happy with his laning stage. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, you better be careful. Mith goes out with a stun, probably thinking he can get a duel onto Lanyro, but Lanny's not interested. And the meat claims its first victim in the bottom lane.
Ninja's coming up here, and that's a secured jewel? It's a secured jewel.
Yeah. I thought I heard an Omnislash, but it was just a sleight of fist, I think. And Ninja's taking more. He gets the chains onto Cleese, but Cleese gets away. For now, Ninja's chasing him down. He does have sleight in 1 second, and it is enough to finish him off. There's so much damage coming out.
He's in
every
deep here
time he
now,
presses
though.
his W. He's going to run away.
He's in deep with very little mana.
Yeah, Spine doesn't want to use his call because he doesn't feel like he's close enough. I think if he just pressed his Q, he'd be able to get him. There we go. And he does have to support the very nice
He
Malediction
does have a
screen.
remnant to the right, though.
And a
Nope.
smack to finish him off. Doesn't get to use it. David kills Mith as well, by himself. So it's going to be a nice little bit of XP and gold going the way of the Dire to try and even out that 4k gold lead already, most of which is sitting on Ninjasnowman and Alex.
Wait, he has 3. How does he have 3? Axe.
So he got the Cull, which will give him 2, right? No.
It's 3 per chop.
Is it
3 per chop.
Really? 3 times that, yeah. Wow.
For no reason other than let's just make it 3.
Let's just give Axe. I mean, I guess it encourages Axes to really try and hit the chops, doesn't it? Slap him in the chops. Slap chop.
Huh.
Here comes that. Alright, Axe making a beeline for this, but there's a kill onto the Quap at mid. Gets a nice route followed up by a little bit of a spit from Stesi on the Snapfire.
Frosty kisses.
Some cool kisses. Lips cool as ice. Axe TPing in top. Cancels it at the last minute. Leaves Davidonstreet a little bit by himself. He does get jeweled. The Mith is there, ready with a big finger to finish the job. The Frosty Kisses breaks my immersion. I know, me too. But what can you do? Stesi's a big fan of bright colours. He has equivalent attention span of a moth or a northern man in the Palmo shop. Bright colours and fried chicken are 2 things that really float his boat. And dinner being the second meal of the day. It's something else that he's a big fan of. Breakfast, dinner,
Very
and tea.
adamant. I think it's very wrong, but
Yeah, it's something that you only understand if you're from the top quarter of the country and you defend vehemently and treat everyone else like they're an idiot, even though you're definitely in the minority saying that your lunch is your dinner and your dinner is your... Oh, I mean, dinner's your lunch.
I mean, lunch just doesn't exist, does it?
No, they don't acknowledge the existence of lunch. Cleese manages to get away with a nice dispel, and Microsoft PowerPoint gets that Headhunter bongo
nice little
off. Time, again a
Bongo
screen.
to distract.
Yeah. I think we're looking at a kind of get out attempt here, but Microsoft PowerPoint goes down to the full bore blast. He doesn't have full bore actually, he has ricochet, so he goes down to that. Goes down to a scatter shot. Scatter blast, I should say. And they claim the stacks in the Dire jungle. Starting to snowball here on the shitters.
Okay, I've been thinking about something for the last 5 minutes.
Go for it.
Do you think would it be a buff or a nerf if Witch Doctor's ulti would be like a ward and you need to click it like 5 times to kill it, but you can't be interrupted if you do it?
What? So you just leave it on the ground?
You could channel it still, but you can get stunned, but the ward will still attack.
So you
Like a sentry.
yeah. So it's just like it's like a Roshan banner basically. You can put it down and do other stuff
yes.
afterwards.
No. You still have to like be there as you're channeling it, but if you are like stunned, it still continues, but they're still like channeling it.
Oh, it's like an uninterrupted channel then.
Yes, but you can kill the ward with like 5 hits.
I think they'd have to
I
up
think
the
that's a
damage
nerf.
it
Yeah,
chunks
I
out.
think that's a big.
Is it a nerf or a buff?
I think it's a huge nerf, right? Because you just get snapfires. Time gonna go down to Ninjasnowman here, and the meat from left field trying to help out, but Ninja's got it handled.
Was it trying to help out, or was it trying to secure the kill?
I think.
How about if you can move? Is that a buff?
If it's like a Roshan's banner or a tombstone where you just put it down, and you can then cast like bongos, I think it's probably a buff. I think if you do the same concept as well, where it's like it's got 6 or 7 bits and a melee is 2 and a ranged is 1, or melee is 1 and a ranged is half, then I think it's okay. But I also think, I don't know, you do just end up with the problem of people picking Snapfire and just kind of and Ninjasnowman goes in now, gets the root onto Microsoft PowerPoint, but Cleese is there with his spell. It's not enough to save him from the Fire Snap Cookie Little Shredder Slice of Fist combo. Oh. I'm actually, words are so hard to get out. I'm sitting here and my brain is trying so hard to process everything that comes out of it. David spins to get away, but Ninjasnowman's coming down from the hill with an AD. One slight fist, that's all she wrote. Can't get any more of that. Lanny's farming. Cleese is playing like he knows he's there. He's not wanting to reveal himself, and you've got Witch Doctor TPing as well. They're going to make a move on him. It's going to be a root, but he just purges this off, I think. Yeah, and he walks away. A little bit of hugging going on in the mid lane from 3 of Radiant. Alex farming his little socks off in the bot lane. Quite happily got a Manta, and he's already halfway to whatever he decides to go next. Probably a butterfly. Halfway to his first bit.
A little lost here on the Dire.
They're looking for something. They've got all their big spells up. So if they get a good go, I think they can get a nice few kills. I think what you want to do is go in with ThymeTwister, scream them back, and get a nice kind of omni-slash off by Davidonstreet. But Mith, with the Ravage equivalent, feeding to the meat. Oh. It's just... the coordination from StesichorusTheWise is something that genuinely impresses me as someone that's kind of played with these teams a lot. David does get a consolation kill onto Stesi. But everyone bar the axe gets cleaned up there. I think if you have the axe, maybe it's a different story, but there's also no blink. So it really kind of sways it.
They chased a little too far there. They got seen and they committed to it.
They didn't learn the
Enough
lessons
time
of
for
the dwarves of Moria. They awoke David's bane. And it looked like this.
I
The
hate
Bane movie was the best Batman movie.
I was talking about the Balrog from Lord of the Rings.
No, I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, it's a fair take.
Dark Knight Rises is better than Dark Knight, in my opinion.
Oh, okay, maybe a less fair take.
Which one's Rises?
You're gonna cause the one with
Bane.
I was born in the dark. You were merely raised, you merely adopted it.
I might agree.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Even better than Heath Ledger as the Joker?
Honestly, a bit overrated. Though.
There are millions of nerds worldwide turning in their slightly BO-smelling t-shirts at the fact that you've just said that. There's someone has fallen to their knees in CEX and pulled out a strand of greasy hair at the fact you've just dared to say that.
I feel like... okay, he was good. I feel like it got amplified too much because he died a bit after it. Or I don't remember the timeline, but...
I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, if Van Gogh's art's allowed to sell for millions after he dies, I don't see why Heath Ledger's movie is not allowed to be better than its sequel after he goes.
But I do think the Bane one is
he is the
more
best
entertaining as a film.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm quite happy to mindlessly enjoy both of them.
The backdrop breaking scene's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Bane movie has like more like better plot or like better progression, and also it has fucking Anne Hathaway in it, which is also a big plus.
Duel onto
easy duel there
Davidonstreet,
on a
and Mith comes
finger
in
to
with
secure
the
it.
finger. 2 finger stacks on Mith. Not the most.
I think that was a finger on a creep because
Did he finger the creep?
yeah, because I think he
Oh,
died.
Mith.
Like, I think David died.
Yeah,
before.
the finger wasn't used. Oh, Mith. Oh well.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah,
you know?
it's the thought. And he
Actually,
still
we
has a
can
kill streak,
check.
so
Yeah, the finger missed.
oh well. You win some, you lose some. Yim does also point
Alex
out that it
is,
could have been travel time, but we'll never know. We'll never know. All that did happen is that he didn't get another stack for his little finger.
Alex is rushing a butterfly once again. Boring, predictable.
Do you know what? Interesting that Lion has been picked in both these games, because I was talking to Ninjasnowman earlier. I asked him the very normal question of if you could have any Dota hero to introduce to your mates, who would you pick? You know, I meant like whose personality do you like the best? Obviously, there's room for some bizarre Rule 34-esque answers, but I was like, I was looking for like, I don't know, they want to bring Tidehunter home because he's big or something like that. Something innocuous. Ninjasnowman turned around and said he would like to bring Lion home because who doesn't love a suck and a finger at the same time?
True.
He's honest about it at least. You know?
Yeah, but
I didn't press it further than that, but it does
with
beg why you'd want to be doing that in front of your friends.
is it with the left or the right hand?
I don't know, the big one, right? Oh, that's
The left.
unfortunate. It's a lot dumped for a Ninjasnowman illusion.
Good try.
And the Effie voice line.
Good try, little bro.
It's a contender for KTW's assessment of me as the least sportsman-like player in this GTI, by virtue of using an Effie line.
It feels almost like Stesi's are playing with them at this point.
Yeah. You get taught from a young age not to play with your food before you eat it, and that broccolis aren't actually little trees. Spineapple does a little blink forwards, but he doesn't see anyone, so he stands there for a bit and goes back to hitting creeps. A little bit of smoke coming out from the Dire here, trying to see if they can make something of this. I think if they do get a good catch, they've definitely got the capacity to kill 1 or 2. But there are 2 scans on the same place, and neither of them catching a nice blink onto Stesi with the wave as well, so there's going to be a lot of damage coming out. It's not quite enough, he does go down to the blade mail. Alex is in the middle, ulting, and he might go down here, but the snake comes back with mana just in time to save him from the Omni Slash by Davidonstreet.
David's in sort of by himself
yeah,
there.
he's running away, which I think is the right call to make, but there's no way he gets away. Mith blinks forward and gets the finger!
Oh.
Power to weight ratio.
Champion Myth once again.
Davidonstreet.
Yeah, like Dire, they just need a diff blade. Like I feel like if this was the first item diff blade.
Oh yeah, I think Jug, Jug should have a diff blade, absolutely. I think he's kind of going for the wrong item. Definitely kills Deuce there if he has
and again, you have to go like a farming item first, so...
Well, I don't I don't disagree with the
how much
build
does diff blade cost? Yeah, he could have it in 50 gold.
Whether he does or not, I don't know. I don't think he will. I think once you're in the mindset of I'm going to save up for my MJ, maybe it feels a bit bad from like a mental perspective to follow it out, but...
Is Dagon now like default on Coop?
Yes.
Yeah.
The spell lifesteal is huge.
Oh yeah, with Masochist.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, you're right. At this point, the diff blade maybe feels a bit bad, but eventually it's gonna get to the point where that 45 mana burner hit is what's the EHP equivalent of 45 mana on Dusa? It's like double, right?
No idea.
So you take 2.4 base damage per mana plus. So it's 4 damage per mana at this point, and you're burning 45. So it's like 160 damage per equivalent damage for 45 mana burn. It's pretty effective, especially when you consider that the Jug eventually will be hitting really quite fast. Not if he keeps the Hyperstone backpacked though. There we go. Recipes.
Yeah, they just didn't like address the carry to carry matchup for the Medusa.
Yeah, I mean, Dota at the minute's a bit of a. Was it you saying?
And Lanny solo
yeah.
killed David.
Yeah.
Yes.
Davidonstreet. Stesi picks up the Quap in the back as well, and I believe not a finger from Mith.
Was it a first pick Medusa board games, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it's like you just need to address it like with your carry, because I don't think there are like many mid heroes that can buy diff. You just need a diff rate basically, and you can run her over in the early-ish game.
It's it's a nice call from Spineapple to try and bring Alex back up onto the high ground, but forgets that Deuce is a ranged hero and a huge ball bag, so she will not do what you want to do. OD is pretty good versus Dusa, but OD was banned out both games, so they didn't have the option to pick her unless they went for the OD early in the draft. Nice screen to push back, but they really don't have enough damage for a follow-up. Lanny gets 2 of them with an overwhelming odds, and he's going to get a 3rd as well, but David does get the Omnislash off to try and live through it. Not enough. Alex kills him and Microsoft PowerPoint through, and Cleese is left to run away. Ninjasnowman slight change, and Mith gets the kill somehow, but dies to the tower for it. Did use his finger. Does have another stack sitting in his pocket. But yeah, this game.
Oh yeah, Witch Doctor is really bad against Medusa.
Oh, well, statistically.
No, it's because she's not losing health. Like even if you murder her, she's not losing health.
Is it not a pure damage pop? Is that
It's a lost health first damage.
Oh right, well, there you go. I suppose it was the Witch Doctor was picked before the Deucer though, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think.
Oh
so.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Oracle has a 0% win rate right now in GTI. No thanks to you, Vi, lol. I'm joking. You're a pain to play against, and you won a very well-deserved victory against us the other day.
I don't count that second game.
The second game was horrible. Okay, well, Ninjasnowman quite happily farming whilst his team is about to get into an engagement. Don't know if it matters though, because Alex Deuce does a shitload of damage. Is slowly burning through his mana. There's not much left of it, so he's forced to ult and run away, but Lanyro killing 2 of them, while Stesi pukes and Mith fingers. Sounds like the height of a really, really questionable party, doesn't it? Lanny jumps in on ThymeTwister, doesn't get anything, and Mith gets the tip. Stesi whipping out the appropriate voice line, and Cleese, I think, responding in kind. David recognising the outcome. Spineapple with a nice call into 3 of them. Doesn't taunt the Ember somehow, but too much damage. There's just too much. If you're on Granny's Cookies right now, there's not much that you can do. Ninja rooting the
secure.
Can't get him back into base, so he goes down when the red sun fades. Alex kills Microsoft PowerPoint, takes the top range barracks, and you have to be wondering why they've not called GG. 32-6, 38k net worth lead at 29 minutes. Well.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah. What can you say? This has been a completely dominant performance from StesichorusTheWise. A really nice kind of first 20 minutes coming out from Granny Cookies in the first part of Game 1, but after that they've really not had an answer to anything that Stesi has thrown at them. The Medusa, first pick, by the way, horrible that that's been allowed to succeed. It's the worst kind of negative reinforcement. Coop tries to scream, goes down to the Ember, and Ninja is just having fun at this point. Lanyro demolishes the Oracle, and Ninja's thinking about it. I don't get
through to
yeah.
fuck off out my fountain.
This is just fountain farming.
And there's truly nothing they can do at this point.
Yeah, this is game. 42k net worth. Every single member of the Radiant bar Mith is ahead of Granny's Cookies, and Mith is only slightly behind. It's 300 gold. So get a finger kill, Mith. Go on. Alex not wanting to have any fun, sitting hitting the buildings, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Stesi's Ultrashifters move potentially to the top of GTI in strats now at 35. 35? What am I talking about? Thank you, Griff, for hosting the lobby, as Jido says. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We've got a nice little post-game discussion to get into. First, let's look at the scoreboard. Didn't realise that Lanny had a Divine Rapier at the end of that game.
Yep.
That explains...
I did say it.
Oh, you called it? Oh.
Yeah.
Do I
completely.
have ears? Apparently not. Yeah, but this is a really sad tale. No one above 10k net worth on the Radiant for that game. Just a really dominant performance. 5 fingers, 270 dual damage, and a shellacking all round. I think we can comfortably put that down to a top hat shellacking.
The Stesi shitters are looking quite formidable.
They're terrifying, aren't they? Absolutely bloody terrifying.
Starting to question, did I leave to the right team?
You didn't leave, did you? There wasn't any leaving to it. It was just an invite, and you accepted it.
Sort of.
Ooh, the shitters are one game away from picking their opponents.
Oh yeah, they've
match.
got Mancap, haven't they?
Yeah, they need to like lose 0-2 or like 2-0 to force be forced a tiebreaker against the monkeys for first place.
Oh,
Wow, what a game!
oh,
Hello, Alex.
what a game! Hello.
Welcome.
me.
Welcome to the post-game interview. I realise we are not sitting in the main Discord, so it might be quite hard to get someone in from the shitters. Not from the shitters. From
Oh, we may have to.
we might have to move.
Yeah, Wesley,
that.
you can move over.
this-
But we'll deal with
Wesley.
that one when we get to it. Tell us what's going through your head after that game.
So second game was we got heroes we liked, we won lanes, and we just kept going. First game was the really interesting one.
First pick
felt-
Medusa.
Yes,
Is that
it wasn't bad.
I have no words. It's the worst kind of negative reinforcement to see someone first pick a Medusa and win 2 games with it. What was the mood on the team like in the during the kind of first half, first 20 minutes of the first game?
It was a little bit of just lads stop trolling. And after that, we kind of knew that if we could hit our timings and hit our items, we'd be all right. So I think, the big one was me getting Scardy and getting sort of BKBs. And once we hit that one, we knew we could fight into them. But before then, they could just run at us, and there wasn't a huge amount we could do.
Yeah,
particularly with that DP.
How
Sort of frontlining.
How are you feeling going forward? You are tied for the best team in the tournament. With
surprised.
Yeah.
We definitely didn't go in planning on that. We came in and going to have we'll have a bit of crack, lads, and see where we end up. So yeah, No, other than that,
Well, yeah, I mean, there's not much left to say really. It's a pretty dominant performance from you guys, shining through as arguably some of the. I mean, it's basically a game between you and would decide who the best team in the tournament was. But you guys are putting your name out there for a strong contender, especially coming
Yeah.
off a pretty coming from, if I may, an underdog position. So yeah, congratulations to you guys. I hope you
Thank you.
enjoy your bechamel-filled debrief. And
Why?
well, I'm Palmo.
Fair. I was confused. I thought you were getting just confused with Minecraft and Zoe.
No,
Yeah.
no, wrong
I was
bechamel.
really confused for a second.
That's next week, Alex. Come on. But
fair.
yeah, good luck for your next game.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. Now,
Not at all. No. All right, I'll leave it. I love you.
thank you. Now, everyone from Granny's Cookies seems to have abandoned the voice channel, so I don't know if there's anyone we can even pick up for that game. I didn't ask Alex your questions because they were dog shit. Ogre Pos 1 and Offlane Juicer. One of them doesn't even concern him. How we
Are grannies fully eliminated now?
No, there's no full elimination from the group stage. They're gonna have to play a best of one, best of 3 tiebreaker, I think.
Best of 1, and if they lose, a best of 3.
So yeah, potentially.
So they will be playing the losers of our group,
Yes.
Yeah.
So
who are at the moment looking to be tip warblers.
well,
It's pending.
yeah, we had a quite a strong group, I think, which is unfortunate for these guys. But you know, they've got heart and they've got soul, and at the end of the day, they do have a fantastic song.
They do.
Which I believe I can play for you now if this is the correct one. I hope it is. I hope this isn't one you've heard before, but please enjoy the actual Granny's theme. Not the one that we think should be the Granny's theme, the actual Granny's theme.
It's Granny's Cookies running down your lane.
You'll note it does mention
Granny's
Roberta's
Cookies winning all the
Queens.
games.
That's because they were still part of Grove before this
These
but they wanted to be down to Spine.
back. It's Granny's Cookies.
But,
Truly a
yeah.
musical theme.
Really, really good. Two of my favourite songs of the tournament so far coming out of these guys. Well, thank you very much, MPR, for joining us for this cast. It's been a pleasure. And
Thank you.
thank you very much, Coop, for once again joining me on the desk and helping me out with keeping people hopefully entertained and dealing with me fluffing my spells. And right, I will say, please in future, gentlemen, ladies, people, anyone, do not pick an Echo Slam, an Epicenter, and an Earth Spike in the same game. It's so hard to cast.
Too many words.
I can't do it. And top tip, if you're playing against Alex, he's literally like a 2, maybe 3 trick pony. Ban Medusa, ban Luna,
And Medusa's one of them.
and CK. Force him to play Slark, and he will give you the game on a plate. But anyway, thank you very much. And I think there is only one appropriate way to ring this out, and that is with the wonderful Granny's Back, or as we've called it, Granny's Theme, courtesy of Spineapple.
The cookies may have lost, Could this be the end of our dream to be the greatest team? Mancaf may have thrashed us 30-7, but we say nay. There is another day for Weebs and his massive dong, Microsoft's connection, the shitty S3, a muted ArcD, and Robert trying not to feed. Oh, the grannies will be back. The story is not passé. They'll fight another day. The grannies will be back. 2024, expect so much